What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm very excited. We're finally going to be test fitting the wheels on the car today. We're going to bring it up on the driveway, I think. That way you guys can get a better look at it. And then we got the wheels sitting inside. So we're going to pull those out, test fit them on the front and the rear, just so we make sure that we got the proper sizing. And then we can kind of identify what size tires we're going to need, because I still haven't decided. I think I'm leaning towards a 325 in the rear and then a 305 or a 295 in the front. But we're not sure exactly what's gonna fit or what's gonna best fit. So today I think we're gonna go ahead and get an idea of that. We'll see how it goes. So we'll go ahead and start taking off the old wheels, putting the new ones on, and seeing how they look. It is freezing out here. I'm not really sure if I want to do this outside or not, but I did want to show you guys the wheels if you guys haven't watched the last video. This is my little man cave. Ignore all the mess over here, but we got all the wheels in the boxes. We got one sitting out as decoration right here. It just looks so good. It's sitting on my BMW carpet right here. If you don't know, I actually have an E30 and I love BMWs. I have other BMW collector's items like this one right here. If you're watching this, you know who you are. Thank you for that. As well as this right here, which is another BMW Kith item. And then we also got like small stuff like this. Let me plug that in. Look at that. And it even says Ghost right there. If you're a car guy like me, I'm sure you're gonna like this. Instead of buying a regular TV console, I got some toolboxes, put them as my TV console. This thing still needs to get hung up, but I think my little man cave is coming along pretty well. Ignore the mess again. I still got a bunch of random stuff sitting around, but we got the wheels here. These are the rest of the wheels. I think that's the rear right there, so that's the 20 by 12. We do need to pull out the 20 by 11, which is down there. That way we can test fit both the rears and the fronts on the car and see how they look. And again, if you haven't watched the last video, go ahead and watch that. I talked a little bit more about the wheels, the design, and so on. I got the car inside, I got the wheel off, but let's go ahead, grab the wheel. I know that's what you guys are waiting for. So here's a front wheel compared to the rear. As you can tell, there is a bit of a difference. So on this one, it's a lot flatter of a face. They're almost as wide as each other. This one is 11, this one's 12. It's not as big, but it's pretty decently sized. Pretty big to me. Right off the bat, this thing looks so good, but I am scared that it's a little too big, unfortunately. Obviously, I can't tell just yet because it's not tightened down, but here's how it looks. That looks so good. Here's a better look. I think it fits really well with the white. Obviously, you can't tell as much because you have this little protective film on the outer lip, but let's go ahead and tighten this down just a little bit and then lower it on the ground so that way we can see how well it actually sits. I don't know, for someone who definitely struggled with math in college, I did pretty well in my calculations. From the side here, the lip pokes out perfectly from the edge of the fender. Now I do need to straighten out the wheel just a tad bit that way, but other than that, this thing fits really, really well. It is a little bit too aggressive in my opinion, just because of this car being my daily driver, but this is the top view. Again, I do need to straighten the wheel out just a little bit that way, but the lip pokes out just past the front fender right here. Now, this is how it looks from a distance. Whew, that looks so good, so good. And again, I do like a meatier setup, so I'm gonna have a bigger tire. Right now I'm running a 35 in the front. I do plan on keeping it at 35, just because I don't wanna go to a 30. Those look a little too skinny for me. So this is kind of how it's gonna look. I might go a little bit lower when the time comes to put these on, but to do that, I am gonna need to remove my entire wheel well liner that I made and then cut the car a little bit farther up now that I know exactly where it sits. I think it's cut like around here. I might need to go up about here, so give myself another inch or something. But overall, I'm not too worried about it right now. I think the wheels look great. This is kind of my first time seeing how this car would look with the wheels on. This is super exciting to me because it's been so long, and like I said in the last video, this car was never done to me until the wheels got on. And seeing the wheels on the car, oh my God, it just, you guys don't know how I feel right now. I'm gonna put the wheel back on the front, lift up the rear side, and then we can go ahead and test fit the rears, see how well they fit, if they do fit well. And again, this is just based off my raggedy elementary school level math skills, so hopefully I did pretty well. I don't know, I might have outdid myself with this one. The rears fit so well. Like I mentioned, the fronts were a little bit too big, but the rears fit absolutely perfect. So this is how it looks as you're walking up. All you can see is a little bit of the face. It's mostly just lip, and look at that. The brakes actually match up with the face, which is surprising because I didn't really plan for that. Now, if you look at from the top, it is tucked just a little bit, but overall, I'm really happy with it. This is how much poke we have from the rears. You can honestly bring it out just a tad bit more, but as you can see, it lines up really well with the fender right here. So once we get a tire on there, I think it'll be pretty flush fitment. It won't be the best, obviously. I think it's pretty good for not having any guidance on what the proper size and fit was. So basically the way I did it was I just used my spacers, my current setup, and did all the calculations that way. But overall, I'm really liking how this is looking. And like I mentioned before, I really didn't know how it was gonna look with the polished lip and the gray face. I'm super happy that I went with that setup because like it looks really good. From back here, you can probably see what I'm talking about. I don't know, I'm in love. Like compared to the black, that's boring. That's beautiful. For now, we do gotta suck it up, put them away, but it sucks even more now because now that I see them on and I know how good they look, I really want them on the car as soon as possible, but I need to be smart, save it till the end of winter. Don't wanna mess them up just yet. So those will be the winter setups for the time being. And then we also gotta order our new tires and stuff. So I think I'm gonna be running a 315 35 in the rear. I could go up to a 325, but I don't know if it's gonna fit with this setup, so I'll have to do a little bit more calculations on that. And then for the fronts, I think it's gonna be either a 305 35 or a 295 35. So once I get those calculations in and I find out what fits the car and what doesn't, I'll go ahead and update you guys on that as well. So if you guys want to run a similar setup, you guys can. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with this. Now let's go ahead, put the old wheels back on, get this car back on the ground, and then take these wheels back inside. Just like that, we got the old wheel back on. This kind of just gave me a glimpse to spring of 2023, how this car's gonna look. And in the meantime, I can finish or fix up a lot of these smaller issues that I see around the car. For one, I do gotta replace all the hardware that's on the little spoiler right here. They used to be red, but now they're pink. This one doesn't even have color anymore. This one's like completely silver. So I need to replace all this with matching hardware with the rest of the body kit. And I've had that for a while, I just haven't gotten to it. It needs a very deep cleaning. It needs a clay bar. There's scratches on the roof from me doing stupid stuff, all that kind of nonsense. It all needs to get situated prior to spring, but we'll get it done. And when these wheels get on, this car's gonna look pristine. In the meantime, these wheels are gonna sit right here so I can stare at them every single day and just mentally torment myself that I can't put them on yet, but that's okay because they look really good as decoration. I might even put the other one right there and another one right there just to finish up the look. Now we just need the E30 back so we can continue working on that car. That car has been a pain. Definitely stay tuned. We got exciting stuff coming for the Dodge and the E30. Hopefully, if the E30 comes back. Yeah, if you haven't already, go down, hit subscribe. We're almost close to 1,000 subscribers. And I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.